Eagle Valley, Texas is probably going to be the birthplace of the next Civil War. Texas just said we're done. They kicked out all the federal agents and said we're not doing this shit no more. Closed off this one part, put up fences and razor wire. Biden replied with, well, if you do not comply and leave the border open, you will be arrested. I don't know how else y'all think this is going to go. Think they're just going to bow down and open up the border again? Yeah, I don't think so. Doesn't matter who you are anymore, Democrat, Republican. You might want to know what's coming. You can believe me, not believe me, it doesn't matter. Just be prepared mentally and physically. And if you're not and you haven't, well, you might want to start today. Because when it comes, it's going to come quick and it's going to be ugly as fuck. Food's going to stop. They can shut down our whole grid system in a fucking click of a button. They've been letting in all these terrorists that are going to want free shit. So it's really easy to say, well, here, if you want free shit, get to fighting. You want to keep it for your families. People, get ready. No one's fucking around no more. Texas is backed by 25 other states, ready to send help and aid to shut this shit down. I've said a lot of stuff on here, but I mean, just hear me out now, because I don't know if y'all have ever witnessed it. I've never witnessed it, and I'm sure it's not fucking pretty. And I really don't want this to happen, but for my kids' sake, I will fight this motherfucker. And I will stand.
Whether they hear or forbear. Let's get that real quick. All right, this is Ezekiel chapter 2, verse 1, and it reads, it says, and he said unto me, Son of man, stand upon thy feet, and I will speak unto thee. And the Spirit entered into me when he spake unto me, and set me upon my feet, that I heard him that spake unto me. And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that have rebelled against me. They and their fathers have transgressed against me, even unto this very day. For they are impudent children and stiff-hearted. I do send thee unto them, and thou shalt say unto them, Thus saith the Lord power, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house, yet shall know that there have been a prophet among them. All right, Shalom. Before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushai Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who taught me this truth. Double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring in the house of David, the elect, that's pushing this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers, and shalom to the elect. I'm back with another quick lesson through the Holy Spirit, the Rakakwadash, and chaos is brewing. Okay? Are we at the brink of civil war? Okay, and I just wanted to highlight this article here, which I brought out in a previous lesson, which is from the Washington Post. In the headline, it reads, Loyalty, long line, civil war talk. Okay, as you just heard in the video. All right, things are going to get extremely bad. All right, famines, civil war, total societal breakdown. All right, so these Edomites, as we keep talking about, these Edomites, these so-called right-wingers, these Trump supporters, all right, these Edomites that can clearly see that America's done. These are the type of Edomites that have been buying up all the guns and bullets, all right, the doomsday prep. And these are the Edomites that know that shit is getting ready to hit the fan out here. All right, but you rebellious, simple jakes have no clue. All right, you don't even care about what's going on, man, and you're gonna be caught up in the crossfire, man. All right, because these type of Edomites are ready to come after Jake. All right, because you're to blame of the current state of America, why things are going the way they are. You see that? So going back, it says the headline it reads, it says loyalty, long line, civil war talk, a raging movement propels Trump. All right, so this is as I went into a previous lesson, majority of these Americans, so-called, they believe in physical violence in order for America to be restored. So that's the spirit, all right? Civil war, division, all right? These are all part of the plagues, all right? As we heard the Edomite going into. He said, whether you believe me or not. And this is the same, the same sentiment that we share. You know, hey, you were told, you were warned. Whether they hear, whether they forbear, because these things are going to happen according to the will of the Lord. Real quick, 2 Ezra chapter 6 verse 22, and it reads, it says, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. All right, that's going into the famines and food shortages. All right, they have the ability, as you heard them, they have the ability to shut down the power grid, to stop delivering the food. All right, remember, we're still in the midst of a supply chain shortage, inflation. All right, so the times are coming where there's going to be famines, there's going to be food shortages. All right, grocery stores running out of food. It says, and the trumpet shall give a sound, which could be applied to the prophets. All right, giving you the sound, giving you the warning, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies. That's the time, man. All right, every man for himself. All right, it's going to be about taking care of yourself and your family in that time. So friendship and harmony and all of this love shit is going to be out the window in that time. All right, when there's a lack of resources, man. Food, water. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear. With those that dwell therein, the springs of the fountains shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. Whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee, whoso remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape and see my salvation and the end of your world. All right, so we're watching the beginning of the end of this thing play out. All right, so people are aware of what America is coming to. All right, these Edomites are getting ready. All right. So it says the former president has trunched GOP rivals offering similar policy agendas, boosting by a fervent base that treats him with singular veneration. All right. Trump is the guy. You know, they believe him to be the savior for America, man. All right. Jake and Edomites alike. All right. So it says here, I'm just going to read a little bit out of here, because we're at this point where this thing is really about to spill over. So it says, back at his home in Newton, where an American flag with Trump's face hangs in the front yard with the words "Never Surrender," Mize described a dark mood among Trump diehards, with some people burying their guns for the fear the government might take them. I just hope he gets back to help the country, because right now, the way it's coming, there's gonna probably be a civil war, Mize said. See? And these Edomites are all on the YouTube, you know, vocalizing their point about this, man. You know, prepare yourself, get the guns, get the ammunition, get food, right? America's done for. It doesn't matter if you're Republican or Democratic, all right? People are aware of the, the powers that be that control both sides, so this thing is going to take off, man. All right, I'm just going to see if there's anything I want to pull out of this article before I go to the next one. So it says, bear with me. So it says the implications for a potential rematch with Biden in the general election are extensive, with tens of millions of Americans pitted against one another, right? With tens of millions of Americans pitted against one another, with the embers of the last election and its violent aftermath on January 6, 2021, still smoldering. Trump's enduring loyalty has given him unrivaled status in his party, and what many Republican strategists see as an ironclad, if limited, base of support for November. All right? Millions of Americans are at each other's throats, divided over this. Bear with me.
I think it's just a matter of time before more of these kids become Trumpers.
Donald Trump didn't win the majority of young people in Iowa, but they are here at his rally in New Hampshire to see him.
He doesn't lie to us. He's not a polished politician, which I think is a benefit
because he's not going to try and hide and lie.
I think what he's done with the country while he was in office was fantastic. Everything seemed to be running smoother. Prices for everything were much cheaper and affordable for everybody, so that kind of kept me with him.
His positions on the economy, his positions on foreign policy, on trade, he is very pro-American. He's pro-me, pro the aspirations that I have for the future. I am definitely for Trump. I have been to Haley events. I tried to go to a Ron event. Forgive me, I couldn't put up with it. It was too boring.
Yeah, but then at the end of the day, man, you know, the trick is on them. All right. Jeremiah 51. Jeremiah 51 verse 8, Babylon is suddenly fallen, destroyed. How for her take balm for her pain? If so, she may be healed. All right. So the point is that there's no healing, there's no saving this place. You know, people really believe that Trump is the guy that's going to restore everything back to normal. You know, give the people, you know, comfort and security again. You know, it says we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go everyone into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the sky. So at the end of the day, the joke is on you. All right, all you people that continue to believe, because you're not going to override the prophecies of Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, so that's how you know, man, when these people don't get what they want out of Trump or whatever the case is, it's going to take off. You know, it's already at the boiling point. So reading on a little bit more here before I get my next article. If he's running, we'll back him. All right, that's the spirit that's out here. All right, so we'll leave it like that, man. I'm not going to read through this whole thing, so you get it. All right, but the point, the rhetoric, the talk is what? Civil war. Okay, a raging movement propels Trump. All right, let's get this next article. Matter of fact, before we get the article, let's grab the scripture here. All right, this is Mark chapter 3, verse 23 in the NLT. It says, Yahweh Shai called them over and responded with an illustration. How can Satan cast out Satan, he asked. Verse 24, the point, he says, a kingdom divided by civil war will collapse. Okay? A kingdom divided by civil war will collapse. All right? So the inevitable is going to happen. All right? As this Edomite, as you heard here, is preparing you for. All right? This is what the prophets of Yahweh Shema Shai have been warning you about. All right. Verse 25, Mark 3:25 NLT says, similarly, a family splintered by feuding will fall apart. As we read in the article, man, tens of millions of Americans are politically divided. Verse 26, it says, and if Satan is divided and fights against himself, how can he stand? He will never survive. All right. So we are at the end of Babylon, man. All right. Beautiful times. 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 14, and it reads, it says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. This is the civil war that's brewing up. All right? For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. All right? As you heard them. And it's in the news, you know, this thing dealing with Texas and the 25 other states back in Texas. All right. People see that the government is corrupt. All right. Doesn't matter who you vote for, what political stance you have. All right. It's all bullshit. And people are coming to that realization. And man shall desire to go into a city and should not be able to. All right. Excuse me. And shall not be able. All right. Because they're going to shut this thing down. Martial law is going to be cities closed off. You know. It says, verse 18, because of their pride, cities shall be troubled, their houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. And man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of lack of bread and for great tribulation, man. All right? Let's play this again.
Eagle Valley, Texas is probably going to be the birthplace of the next Civil War. Texas just said, we're done. They kicked out all the federal agents and said, we're not doing this shit no more. Closed off this one part, put up fences and razor wire. Biden replied with, well, if you do not comply and leave the border open, you will be arrested. I don't know how else y'all think this is going to go. Think they're just going to bow down and open up the border again? Yeah, I don't think so. Doesn't matter who you are anymore, Democrat, Republican. Just might want to know what's coming. You can believe me, not believe me, it doesn't matter. Just be prepared mentally and physically. And if you're not and you haven't, well, you might want to start today. Because when it comes, it's going to come quick and it's going to be ugly as fuck. Food's going to stop. They can shut down our whole grid system in a fucking click of a button. They've been letting in all these terrorists that are going to want free shit. So it's really easy to say, well, here, if you want free shit, get to fighting.
Yeah, so you can't forget about that, man. These soldiers coming into the land disguised as regular immigrants. These are all sleeper cells that are waiting to be activated, man. So it's definitely about to get ugly, as he said, you know. This is Luke 12, verse 51 in the NLT. It says, and this is Yahweh Shai speaking. Red letter, Luke 12:51 NLT. It says, do you think I have come to bring peace to the earth? No, I have come to divide people against each other. All right. So this division that's plaguing America is the spirit of Yahweh Shai Shai. All right. From now on, families will be split apart, 3 in favor of me, and 2 against, or 2 in favor and 3 against. All right. Father will be divided against son, and son against father, mother against daughter, daughter against mother, mother-in-law against daughter-in-law, and daughter-in-law against mother-in-law, right? And they've been saying that, people are divided even more than ever over their political views, all right? So Yahweh Shai Shai is literally working the work right now, man, all right? So, we're going to sit back and, continue to watch this thing, unfold, all right? So Lord willing, this is the year, all right? 2024, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble, man. So you've been warned out there. One more, Isaiah 19. In verse 2, it says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, all right? Americans versus Americans, all right? And it's going to be 2/3 of you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, and Hispanics caught up in this madness too. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight, everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. All right, so there you have it, man. So yeah, let's just watch out, man. Hey, this is gonna be a hell of a year. All right, are we at the brink of civil war? All right, it damn sure looks like it, man. All right. Before we close out, let me Salaki, this article is kind of how they got it, on the read here. But it says Trump could still lead the U.S. to civil war even if he doesn't run in 2024. So it's all of these, subliminal messages of him not possibly running, and just a lot of stuff that's surrounding, this place, bugging out if he doesn't get into office, pretty much, That's Salakia how this article is presented, but I'm just gonna read a little bit here and we'll wrap it up. So it says Americans have a lot at stake in the answer to this question. Our country has become increasingly divided, with race now playing a central role in debates over policing, immigration, healthcare, even the teaching of our history. Could the country fracture as a result of this polarization? It says it turns out that differences themselves do not lead to violence. This is the finding of political scientists who have studied hundreds of ethnic conflicts around the world. Almost all countries around the world are multi-ethnic and religious, and yet few experience civil war. All right, let's jump down. Bear with me, man. See if there's anything. It's the way they have this set up is weird. Long article here, but you get it, man. Yeah, ain't gonna go through it. So you get it. I mean, the headline here is enough. All right. Wish I could move this black screen out the way, but they're talking about pretty much how Trump is gonna lead America to civil war. All right. So there you have it, man. So we'll leave it right there, man. So I pray this quick lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash, and Shalom to